Hi, this is Christian Castris and Renee Sullivan.
Hello.
We're here again with the list building series, and we're about to do the next part, which is writing emails that get responses. So hang on. Hi, this is Christian Caspers. We're talking about writing emails that get responses in our list building series. So we'll just get right on into it. Okay, so when we write an email to our list, one of the first things we want to do is have a subject line that grabs attention, right? So I think Renee might have some good examples for us. So maybe we'll pop
Yes,
over there.
absolutely. I'm going to begin to share my screen. Okay. So one of the things that in an email, you obviously want the person to actually want to open it, okay? So I'm not going to get into a lot of this, but I actually have in one of my email series, I actually have something called "Here's Your Unadvertised Gift, Absolutely Free." Okay, not that I like the word "free" a lot, but people see the word "gift" and they think, "Oh, I'm getting something." But what's in here, ironically, is great for the subject that we're talking about. Because in this email, and I'll actually open it up so you can see it, but there's actually a list of subject headlines that you can do. But the nice thing about, so in here, I go in and I talk about, what this is and everything, and I talk about what you can use the headlines for and things like that. But so all they have to do is click on here, this PDF, and this is what it looks like. So it basically gives a list. Whoa, wow, that scrolled really fast. I'm sorry about that. Of tons and tons of subject headlines, okay? I'm going to scroll back up because for some reason my mouse just went a little crazy. Like things like this would get someone's attention. This is an outrage. Like it doesn't really say what it is, but it gets someone's attention. Like, wow, okay, what's an outrage? What am I doing to make all this money? Some of them are this spits out sales like an angry llama. I know things, big things. These are attention grabbing kinds of headlines, and you want something like that doesn't say a lot but gets that curiosity. If someone's interested in, doing things about funnels, like killer marketing funnel would appeal to that person. Ultimate marketing funnel. There's a lot of things in here that are going to appeal to different marketers depending on what they're doing. Some of them on here I don't necessarily like some of it is like your sales copy is pathetic. That might appeal to a certain crowd. It's not anything that I would want to open because it kind of puts that person down, but I mean, take these with some ideas. I like to get someone's curiosity, I'm more likely to get someone excited about something, or someone curious about things like master psychology, then you can master marketing. To me, that would appeal to me because I'm very much into the psychology of marketing and what are people thinking. And when you're writing a subject title, you want something where you have to sit yourself in that person's shoes and think like them. What is if you're appealing to other marketers, what does another marketer want? Or if you have a product type business, what is, does it have to do with, weight or, health that related? So you have to think like who your prospect is in your title. Okay. So, I give this as, and just as an incentive in my emails to others, just to kind of get them excited. They didn't ask for this, but this is something nice that I gave to them. They're going to be more likely to open it up. So
I think that's
yeah, go
really
ahead.
cool because when you go to write an email, and I've been writing emails every day for, I don't know, almost 90 days now. And you basically have to come up with subject titles, and you may not give much thought to it, but having a list right in front of you to scan down that kind of fits what you're talking about, it's an attention grabber. One of the things that I notice in opening emails or stopping, because I scroll through hundreds, if not thousands of emails
Hmm.
every week because I get a lot of spam, okay? I mean, when we send out emails, people have opted into the list, and they expect them. They read them, hopefully, but but they expect these emails. But I get a lot of stuff that people just send you, and you have to go through a lot of emails to find what it is you really want to read. So having an attention grabber is really important. And if something touches my emotions, I'm going to stop and at least read it. And I scan really quick, so but attention grabbers, that's really good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Renee.
You're welcome.
So the next thing is, so we're talking about writing emails to get responses, and the subject is very important to grab people's attention. So another thing is when you go to write the email, the body of the email, you can format it. Format it using bold, italics, underlines, bulleting. You might have even a picture of yourself in there, um, just to spruce it up a little and break it up a little, make it easier to read as well. So I think formatting is pretty important. So I think we'll go through a couple of these, and then Renee can show us some
Yep,
examples of
sure.
that. So uh, let's talk about these other aspects, and then we'll have Renee pull that up. So
Sure.
the next thing, of course, is you want to personalize your email. Now, when I write my emails, those of you who get my emails know that I'll tell a little bit about myself, and just not everything, because you know,
No.
I, you're not you're not an inside circle friend yet. But I like to tell you about myself a little bit because it personalizes it. And what does that mean? Why is that important? It's important because people have to feel like, they're not just another body. You're just sending them an email. You want them to buy your stuff, but you want them to learn a little bit about you, share a little bit. So people have a tendency to open up to people when they share a little bit. What do you think, Renee? That sound about right?
I agree. Again, it's more about getting them to know, like, and trust you. The more the more you put your story into things, the more you start, sharing the things that sharing your results, you know, anything that has to do with your why and what you're doing, what you're learning, things like that is just going to be more proof that you actually are someone who can help solve that person's problem. The more personalized you are. So I agree.
Exactly. Cool. So, and then, one of the most important things about, when you write an email, people are looking for you to solve a problem. I mean, why are they getting your emails? They signed up for it because they have a problem that they want solved. They may want to make extra money, or maybe your emails have some kind of training. They're looking how to do something with their marketing, or maybe it's not even about marketing. It's about something else. Whatever the subject is, okay, if you can solve their problem and you show that in your emails, they'll read it, you know. So I think that's pretty much, what do you think, Renee?
No, I agree. I agree. What you said is fine.
Okay. And of course, we've touched on this earlier. People get to know, like, and trust you. And that's what you're looking for. Because, in the end, we're all looking to do this, obviously, to make an income. But they're not going to join you and run a business with you as a business partner if they don't like and trust you, right? So, everybody on your team need to get along. So that's pretty much where I'm at there.
Yep.
And of course, in your email, you want to have a call to action, meaning that they click on a button, or maybe it's an image that has a link on it. So you give them a call to action. It could be a webinar, click here to sign up for a webinar, whatever it is. So, you know, either you're going to join your business, watch a video, take a survey. All right, so that's pretty much the entire subject. I know this is short, but I think what I do from there then is we'll turn over to Renee. You can give us an example and kind of touch on these points for us.
Sure. I'm going to share my screen. I'll give a few different examples just so you have an idea of some of the things that we've talked about, you know, as far as like formatting, you know, things like that. So this happens to be, actually, I'll go back to one of these. We talked about being personal and formatting. I'm going to just open. You're taking a look inside here. I'm sharing a bit about myself, but you know, this kind of goes with the whole idea. So in this email, you know, I basically say personal message from me to you. Okay, if someone wants to know a little bit more about me, this is one of the examples. So I just go in here and just ask, you know, are you serious about online success but hesitant? Here's who I am. You know, I spent 20 plus years as a speech pathologist in public school, yada, yada. Okay. Left the schools. I talk about what situation I was in. Okay. Then I talked about how I was working full time and, you know, I was learning to market online. This is going to appeal to anyone who's still working full time, you know, and they'll see that. And here you can see I have bolded and a link in here. So again, this goes with, you know, making things stand out. This goes to a link to my system. Okay. This one, I also encourage a call to action is get active in our Facebook group. Okay. We have a strategy group in there. The other thing I always do, well, almost always do, it depends on the length of my email. I always have a picture of myself. And there's a reason for that, because that helps that person relate to you. Okay. It doesn't matter what you look like. Okay. Just have a picture. You know, I encourage people to have a picture of themselves. And sometimes I actually, in my picture, now a person wouldn't know to do this, I sometimes have a link to like one of my sales pages. And here, all of these links either will be a call to action to like a strategy group, like Christian said, a webinar. This one actually goes to a link to a sales page that I have that talks about that particular system. Okay. So there's something that I want this person to achieve. I want them to get to know me. I also want, you know, I'm telling them, this is what I'm using to earn online. So if they want to know how to, that system, they're going to click there. Okay. Another example I have, this is just, it shows an example of like using italics and other things. You know, I talked about a mastermind. Again, I give a little bit, and in this one particular one, I remind them why, and this is important for many people, especially new to your list. You're reminding them that they're getting the email because they opted into one of the websites. Okay. I'm bringing them back because many times people even forget, you know, oh, why am I getting this? Then they, you know, you can run into problems because they forget. They end up saying, you know, why did you send me this email? Well, here I'm answering that question. Okay. So in here, you know, I do some italics. I also, you know, bullet and put numbers in here. But again, I'm also sharing links. And in here I have, you know, my links are bolded, italicized, and I have an underlined, and it's in a link. Okay. So again, I'm always bringing them back to looking at the presentation that I have. I'm always putting my phone number. Many times I'm encouraging them to call or text me. This particular one doesn't tell, but you know, I'm letting people know that I'm here and they can just call or text me. And if they're, you know, I live in the United States, if they're not in the US, you know, in many of my emails, I say if outside the US, you know, there's my Skype. Okay. So these are just a few examples of, you know, ways to get emails that people are going to click on. If people are interested, you know, even in my subject title, it even says, if people are looking for referrals or signups in their business, they're going to open this. Okay. So that's an important, you know, people want that. If you're in online marketing, you want referrals, you want signups in your business. So that's a nice topic to have. So
Nice.
go ahead.
That's definitely good. And I think what you were doing there too, showing an example, we had talked about this earlier, is, sign up for email lists. You find someone who's doing a good job marketing, you get their email and you say to yourself, wow, I clicked on this, I read it, this is really good. Sign up for that. Check it out. You can learn from that. So I think it's really good to do that. So,
yep.
All right. So I think that's pretty much all we had for this one.
Yep.
Sue.
And as Christian said, it is good to be on the list of several different marketers, because you're getting different ideas, different styles. That's going to help you develop your own style. It's nice to get ideas from others, but as you develop as a marketer, I mean, this is stuff that I'm still myself working on, writing emails on my own and using my own voice. But when I first started, I actually copied a lot of, what some of my mentors were doing, and because they worked. Now that I'm developing, I'm doing more and more of my own, but based on a lot of the things that we've shared, just being more personal and trying to think in terms of what is that person really looking, what's their problem, what's that solution for that person.
Excellent. Excellent. So that pretty much covers the subject here, the writing emails to get responses. So one thing we like to do is we like to remind people, if you're looking to get into business, click on the link or button that came with this video, because basically you want to sign up with people who are working with you or showing you what they do. And that's what we want to. So of course, if it's ours, sign up for us, but otherwise seek out whoever gave you the video, okay? So that's pretty much all we got for now. So until the next video, I think we're going to talk about, in the next video, marketing strategy. So that's going to be the next topic in our tutorial list building series. And we've got one more after that. So until then, see you in the next video.
Bye-bye.